How to stay safe online, tips and tricks for cybersecurity. These days, practically everyone utilizes some type of internet connection, whether it's via a laptop or phone. It is considerably simpler to get into problems with hackers when you have ongoing access. They may readily detect public Wi-Fi networks during their searches since they are aware that many people use them. There are several strategies to safeguard both you and other people. You can remain secure online if you do the next few actions. If you're a tech fan, TechPods is the channel for you. It provides current information and reviews on all the newest technological devices, including hardware, software, and gadgets. We go deeply into the newest smartphone innovations and how to maximize them. Making educated selections about your electronic purchases will be possible. Join us as we explore the world of technology by subscribing right now. If you're all set, then let's get started. Tip number 1. Use unique passwords. Maybe you've heard this advice before. All you had to do to create an account on one website is log into another. Nothing else needs to be stored in your memory. You'll be logged in after a brief period of time. Yet, there's always a little issue. Someone would have easy access to the account if they were able to figure out who you were using the account with and who had set it up. In order to prevent mistakenly sharing your information, if you plan to use an account on many websites, be sure to establish one for each. Choose 2 or 3 different usernames and log in and log out of each site. This will prevent anybody attempting to steal your information from obtaining your login credentials. Tip number 2. Log out from services. You provide permission for such businesses to retain your data when you join up for an email service, web hosting service, shopping cart platform, or subscription payment mechanism using a credit card number in case they ask. When you sign up, you authorize them to send you emails, keep track of your transactions, and get updates if you register a new email address with a business. You'll also give these businesses access to your activity on their websites. For the sake of your own safety and to avoid future issues, you should cease doing these behaviors right now. Personally, I concur. Oftentimes, the hacker, rather than the service, is the issue. The hacker may discover a flaw and download viruses onto the data you are storing, even though the consumer might not be aware of it. If you prefer to keep the files as PDFs, it can take days or weeks to erase all of the data that someone downloaded onto your computer. So just removing the file won't fix the problem. You were compromised. You should instead notify whoever breached your privacy about it. Tip number 3. Keep your software up to date. Operating systems are used by your computers, cell phones, and tablets to regulate which functions you can and cannot use. Several of these products, like antivirus software, get frequent updates. Others, like video games, demand yearly fresh releases. Other companies and entertainment groups often update their applications. Don't let obsolete software allow malware that was introduced via download links and social engineering tactics to go undetected. Bugs and faults that make it more difficult to utilize your favorite software or game are much worse. Depending on how long it takes to resolve problems, it may not only slow down your device but also cost you money or missed productivity. Downloading a fresh current version is thus a smart choice. Make sure all of your internet security settings are turned on as well. It's preferable to enable certain features gradually rather than turning on all of them at once. You may use this to surf the internet more safely. Tip number 4. Beware of phishing. Phishing schemes are often used to steal your money or personal information. As was already established, hackers seek access to your data so they may conduct fraud or some kind. These con artists will use a number of techniques to get your information. Backscaling your information to make it seem as if it came from another source is one popular technique. Sending maliciously coded attachments to unknowing recipients is a further popular strategy. Scammers persuade them to open the attachment by explaining what you're searching for. Nevertheless, if the attachments are not quickly opened by the receiver, these tactics might result in bodily harm. Placing false advertisements in search results or other relevant locations is a third method these thieves deceive their victims. And last, the damaging rumors may be disseminated by hackers by infiltrating well-known news websites. Once again, try to resist becoming too used to specific websites. Be especially cautious and thoroughly inspect each day starting. Ask inquiries and completely review their policies. Alternatively, you can arrive at work and waste hours because you can't finish chores since a stranger invaded your space. Tip number 5. Remember about common sense security. Practices. It's crucial to update your system often. Maintaining the most recent versions of your gadgets ensures that nothing is overlooked. In addition to doing routine virus scans, it's very helpful to keep an eye out for unusual behavior or questionable behavior that you can identify immediately. That doesn't always mean that something didn't happen since nothing changed after you installed a software. It just means you spotted it sooner. When anything goes wrong, return to the program's earlier installation and check to see whether the problem was resolved. Avoid opening email attachments that are provided to you without your permission. Is it really cost-free? Do you feel comfortable with these particular connections and prefer not to reveal their address? Consider if your time is worth investing in such websites and company methods. Maintaining your online security is just as crucial as any other aspect of your life. We need to be very careful about our internet safety both now and in the future. Our computers, laptops, and phones are extensions of who we are. We must accept technology and recognize its influence wherever we go. So that no one is harmed, let's be sensible and vigilant. Overall, cybersecurity is important. Make wise choices today to prevent receiving terrible news. If you enjoyed this, then let us know by giving us a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we have a new video? Then subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell to be notified every time we upload one.